Hey guys, it's June the 14th, probably going on 7:30. Just got done with some stuff. I just want to do a little quick update on the solar panels. You know, not trying to make a big deal out of them. Again, most of you know about the Harbor Freight. They're really nothing much to them. They're not the greatest, but about 2 nights ago, we had some bad thunderstorms come through. Or actually, they didn't even hit us. The worst of it didn't hit us, but we got some of it, and they come very close. But it knocked out our power, and our power was out for, I don't know, about 6 hours. And honestly, I ain't prepared. I mean, I got flashlights, but that's it. I have a generator. Haven't running in over a year, so I really honestly don't even know if it will run. But that's something I need to pull out and check over real good, especially before next winter. But I'm going to pull it out and check it. It's fairly new because I never really used it a whole lot in Florida. I mainly had it there for hurricanes in case, you know, bad storms come through. But anyway, we lost power for about 6 hours. Now, in that camper, I got an incubator set up in there that's got 52 turkey eggs in it. They're about a week away from hatching. Well, the power went out. And of course, I don't know how long it's going to be out. And so my phone won't work, my internet won't work, nothing won't work because everything runs off electricity. So as you guys know, I just set this little solar panel up, playing around. Had it hooked up to my 4 Trojan batteries that I have in there. And of course it's not pumping out enough amps to even touch those batteries really. So what you guys see over here is I pulled out one of my 160 watt monocrystalline panels, which this is a rack that I actually am getting ready to set up in front of the house over there. And this will be one of the first ones I connect and set up. I have some 225 watt panels, and I'm going to set those up grid tie with M-phase micro inverters. I already have them. Those you just get tied right into your electrical box, so they're just always feeding. And again, they're going to be set up so that on the solar tracker, so they're always tracking the sun, trying to get the maximum that I can of the sunshine. But anyway, I set this one up, just kind of fooling around with it, messing around with it. I don't know, I think like a day before the storm. But anyway, it got the batteries all up to topped off and everything. And sure enough, the storm hit, but my batteries were topped off, and I'm like, crap. And then I thought, well, wait a minute, my batteries. So I switched everything over because I had it hooked up to this little panel here. And of course, you know, it's not going to do anything. So I switched everything over to this, well, not this panel, well, this panel. But anyway, I switched the batteries over and everything to the converter and everything. And I plugged everything in. I plugged in the phone, I plugged in the modem, I plugged in the incubator. Well, my computer was on batteries, but I had it ready to plug in case my battery started going dead on it, but my battery was good for like 6 hours, 8 hours or something, I don't remember. But it was still pretty good, because I keep it topped off pretty much most of the time. But this just goes to show you guys, I wasn't prepared for this, never even thought about it honestly. Even though I got solar panels in there, I got everything in there, I just never set any of them up. I was just kind of fooling around with them, trying to get them ready so when I do get up in the house, I can go ahead and start setting them up in there and get them producing power, which I will my other ones, like I said, because I can grid tie them. That way they're just automatically pumping juice into the meter, to the grid, and I don't have to do anything. It does all the work for itself, and so it's actually better for me. I probably should have done that down here, but I didn't, being right up under all these trees. It's kind of hard to do, and I didn't want to put them somewhere where I knew I was going to have to turn around and move them again. So, but it's kind of saved my butt on that incubator, because I was able to just switch the cords over and plug everything up. That way I could get back on the internet. Not that that was important. I didn't try to hook my TV up or anything, because I wanted to save what juice, because again, I didn't know how long it was going to be, you know, but I could get phone calls if I needed to get phone calls or make phone calls, because as you guys know, nowadays everything's digital phones and everything. If you don't have a cell phone, they don't work. They got to have electricity to work. It's not like the old days, you know. But anyway, just goes to show you guys, it's not a bad idea, and I'm not trying to talk you into a Harbor Freight solar system, because I honestly think it's going to be a waste of your money. Again, if you just want to run a little light or something like that off of one battery, if you're not going to be pulling much juice, yeah, I agree, it's okay. Go ahead and get your little backup system, because something like that could happen to you. You guys could, you know, depending on the size of your system, you could run your phone, you can run your computer, you can run a fan. I mean, depending on if it's the middle of summer. I mean, there's a lot of things, you know. And then if you got a generator, of course, you know, you can get more power if you have to, and you could even charge your batteries if you're not getting enough sun. So this is something a lot of you guys should really, really think about looking into it. And it wouldn't hurt to just hook it up and use it. You know, it'll save you a couple of bucks on your electric bill every month. Use it, get something out of it. But you'll always have it for a backup. One of the things I want to show you guys, as we talked about the satellite, the free local stations and TV and stuff. Well, not all local, but just free over-the-air television is... Hang on one second. Oh, that's the rabbits. There we go. I got that dish up, and I put it up today, actually, just a little while ago. Sorry about that, guys. When I got through messing with something in the house there, I went out there and threw that pole in the ground, took the auger on the tractor, as you guys see there. And I dug me a hole, and I stuck that pole, and that was one of the poles I got with it when I got it. And it had a big old chunk of concrete on the bottom. And I put it down in the ground, covered it up really good. And the neighbor happened to come by, so I had him help me set that dish up on there. Because it's not that heavy, but it was heavy enough that I didn't want to try to pick it up and hurt myself with it. But anyway, got it setting up on that pole. The receiver are supposed to be here. Well, that doesn't mean anything. They said no later than Thursday. So in the next couple of days, they should be here. But the neighbor's going to come by. My son that bought a new TV, big screen TV, and I had given him, oh gosh, I don't even remember, 30-some inch. One of those huge, big TVs, heavy TVs. Anyway, it was a Sony, really nice TV, and it just took up way too much space. So he took it out of the house and he set it on the porch. So I've got to go get that, because it's nothing I'm really going to use, but you know, hey, it works, and it's actually a really good TV. So I'm going to go get it, and I'm going to put it up here in the old house, even though I'm not living in here now. The neighbor's going to come by and bring one of his receivers, and we're actually going to go ahead and get this thing set up. We're going to run the cable, get it all set up, actually get it working, hooked to a TV, and we know it's working, and I'll be able to do a video and show you guys it's working and changing the channels, it's working on the TV and everything. And That way when my receivers come, which I bought two because me and the wife a lot of times watch different things, she can be in one room watching something, I can watch it in another. And that's what they call a dual LNB, which that is not a dual LNB. I have to get a dual LNB. But for right now, my wife is not here. That way she can watch something different than what I'm watching on this satellite. And what else? Anyway, we're going to get it all set up and all ready, so when my receivers come, all I have to do is just hook my receivers up. It's ready to go. And so that way I can actually give you guys a shot. You can see that it is working or it's not working. I know it works. I've seen the neighbors work. I've actually seen two different neighbors that have just running up and running and working and been doing it for years. I intentionally, originally, bought these, as you guys know, to do my solar panels. The neighbor saw me. He says, well, you're going to hook it up for TV? And I'm like, well, I didn't know they still work. And he said, oh, yeah, I can show you how. But anyway, I think I went over that before, but that's how that came about. So I said, why not? We'll use one of them because I only need one. The other ones I can use for my solar. Now, right down there, 1 second, I'm going to zoom in, is where, and actually I'm going tomorrow, right in there, there's a little hump there. This used to be a big garden right here in this area, but there's a little hump there, and that's where I cleared all that off over there. But right in there is where I'm going to put the next pole for the solar panels. And the reason I'm going to do that there, that's the corner of the temporary goat pen, and again, back this way, you know, is going to be the orchard. But I have watched the sun all during the winter, all during the spring, and now. And that is the place that gets the most sunlight for the longest period of time during the winter, spring, and summer. So I figured that's my best spot because of the way the trees block everything. That's going to be my best bet to put it right in that corner, right there. And they'll all be set up right in there on that little, I call it a little ridge. It's a little hump that goes over. But there's right along there, and they'll be set up there. And then, of course, the orchard will be over here. Anyway, guys, I'm just doing a little update here on what's been going on. And I want to congratulate Duke. I actually watched his video a few minutes ago. I haven't commented on it yet. I'm trying to think of something clever to say. But, Duke, you did a great job, buddy. You sure outdid me. And I knew you would do it. You said you couldn't guarantee, but I knew you would do it somehow. Excuse me. Yeah, I meant your neighbor. I knew you'd get it done. You got your neighbor to do it. But anyway, Duke, all right, buddy. Keep those challenges going. And matter of fact, anybody that sees these videos, mine or Duke, and again, Lee Ralph. Don't forget Lee Ralph. Lee Ralph still hasn't done his, and he'll challenge a couple of people. But anybody that jump in, but you got to do it yourself. You can't challenge somebody else to do it if you're not going to do it yourself. But yeah, go ahead and do it, and then challenge and keep this thing rolling around. See how many people we can get to do it. All right, you guys have a great night.